Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another episode of TEW 2020 WWE here. As today, we're back. The full SummerSlam is over. Go check it out if you haven't, because obviously, a lot of spoilers in here. So go check that out. And we are back post SummerSlam, now building up to our next premium live event, which is Bragging Rights, the battle for Brand Supremacy. Yeah, we're in September. End games. We are rapidly approaching end of the year. Already rapidly approaching Rumble. Where does the time go, man? Where does the time go? Either way, SummerSlam gone, and time to start towards Bragging Rights. So if you're still here, I'll assume you've seen SummerSlam. You know what happens at SummerSlam, and you want to see the fallout of it. And so without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Let's just jump into things starting, of course, as always, with our edition of Monday Night Raw, which gets underway with Triple H and his chosen coming to the ring. Triple H, Andrade, the Raw Tag Champs Cole and Balor, the WWE Champion Kevin Owens, and the newest member Seth Rollins. And they come out and Triple H is in a good mood. He says that SummerSlam, his point was proven. He said he chose the best. And they proved that. Cole and Balor won the Raw Tag Team Championships. Kevin Owens kept his WWE Championship. And I proved that I still am the best around here when I beat Kyle O'Reilly. Triple H, yeah, he's vibing. He's in a good mood. Why wouldn't he be? Why wouldn't he be? They came out on top. Andrade, the only defeat, but still, match of the night for him, so fair play. Cole and Balor, happy, new Raw Tag Champs. Kevin Owens, happy, saying that he told everyone what he would do. The fairy tale that Pete Dunne had imagined came crashing down to earth. Kevin Owens said that he went home and he had a bloody nose from the vicious assault that Matt Riddle put on him. And he thinks he's hard done by. He thinks that shouldn't have been a disqualification. Kevin Owens says he could have been killed. But he wasn't, thankfully. Instead, he stands here still. The WWE Champion, if you got a problem with that, you can suck it. And Seth Rollins interrupting and saying, most importantly, though, I came back to the table. Triple H's first chosen superstar, Andrade, Balor, Cole, Owens, all good, all came after, but it never quite gets as good as the original, though, does it? The first superstar Triple H chose from NXT to lead the way, a multi-time world champion, Seth Rollins, back here. Kevin Owens not have it too happy about the interruption, but we move. Triple H saying that, you're right, Seth, you were the first superstar from NXT I chose. And come Bragging Rights, I'm sure that the five of you will lead Raw to victory. Kevin Owens against LA Knight and Roman Reigns, Cole and Balor against Spanish Fly and The Fiend and Karrion Kross, Seth Rollins and Andrade, 2/5 of Team Raw, but we need 3 more superstars for Team Raw. And for one of them, I already have a name in mind, because Seth, yeah, you were the first from NXT I chose, but you weren't the first superstar I chose to lead this company forward. You weren't the first superstar I took under my wing, the first superstar that I saw could be one of the greats. No, that came a long, long time before. And so for one of those spots on Team Raw, and to come home to me at this table, I invite you, Randy Orton. For 100, lovely, Randy Orton comes out. Orton losing the Raw Tag titles to Cole and Balor. No Gable, no Garza, just Orton coming out. And Orton asking Hunter what this about. And Triple H making it very simple, saying that, Randy, in Evolution, I chose you. In Evolution, I said this kid is the future. This kid will be world champion. This kid will not just be world champion once. And Randy, times change and you and me have been through a lot. But it's still you. You are still the first superstar I chose. Evolution, I chose you. The Authority, I chose you. And now here again, I choose you, Randy. Join us. Take a seat at my table again. You always eat good at Triple H's table, you know that. So come on home, Randy. Randy, you're standing there, not saying anything, just looking at Triple H. Brings the mic to his lips, about to answer. Bro. Out comes the Broserweights. Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle. Not too happy. Triple H not too happy. No one happy about the introduction. Riddle was kind of moving to the side, pacing about a bit as Dunne and Riddle come in and Dunne's not happy. What are you doing? Huh? What do you think you were doing, Triple H? Coming out like that? God, this does get Irish, doesn't it? I can't do it. Oh my god. Pete Dunne, not happy about Triple H. And Triple H saying that Pete, I think you might have the wrong idea in your head. I think you might think that I don't like you, but I do. I like you a lot, Pete. Ever since that first NXT UK Championship tournament, I liked you. You got in William Regal's face, this young pitbull. I saw something in you. Maybe I saw the exact same thing I saw in Randy Orton all those years ago. You held that NXT Championship for God knows how many days. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. Because I chose you too, Pete. You think I don't want you to be WWE Champion, Pete? I've been molding you to be WWE Champion since the day you stepped through these doors. But I don't want you to win it like that. You're too good for that. You're too good for an asterisk to be next to your name for the rest of your life. Pete Dunne, WWE Champion, won it because he cheated. Nah, Pete, if you're going to win that title, you got to earn it. You got to do it the right way. You can't just get him to step in and hit Kevin in the face to let you win. Marital not happy. Bro, Stallion Pete, he earned that. That was Stallion Pete's win. Okay? Kevin Owens comes at me, trying to attack me. You don't want me to hit him? Come on, man. You're better than that, bro. A lot of arguing, a lot of back and forth. Kevin Owens very much not happy about Matt Riddle's attack. For a 100 Randy Orton just kind of walks off for part of it. And it is set. Kevin Owens, Matt Riddle, later tonight. Main event. Good start to the show. That went on a bit, but good start to the show. Then we go commercial. We come back. First match of this evening. MJF versus Bobby Fish. Bobby Fish is having a little match. MJF's just having a little match. MJF, big win. Match, joint match on the weekend on a 99. With Andrade at SummerSlam. Match tonight. MJF Fish. MJF picks up the win with a Soul of the Earth. 84. MJF only getting an 84. 67 Fish. We move. I assume it's because it was short. It was only about 11.5 minutes. So it was a short match. So, you know, he's capped. But we move. MJF gets the mic after the match. And he says that he wants in Team Raw. Triple H said he's got spaces. He put Andrade in there. Andrade, the man I beat at SummerSlam. Well, if Andrade can get in, so do I. So I'm going to tell you right now, Triple H, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to be on Team Raw. You can make me fight whoever you want to get on it, if it is how you so choose, but I will be on Team Raw. I will be the sole survivor of Team Raw. And then I will go and face your golden boy, Kevin Owens. And I will be WWE Champion. When MJF's interrupted by Montez Ford, former Intercontinental Champion, coming out for 100. And Montez Ford congratulating MJF. He says he won at SummerSlam and Ford didn't. And well done for that. But Montez Ford saying he's not done here. He might not be Intercontinental Champion, but that doesn't mean that he gives up. That doesn't mean he stops. And Montez Ford issuing a challenge, saying to MJF next week, You and me. You want in Team Raw, so do I. So let's do it. You and me next week. MJF laughing and accepting. 100. Should be a really good match next week. And a good segment tonight. That's all we want. Then we cut to a promo from Imperium. Gunther defeated Damian Priest to win the Hardcore Championship at SummerSlam. And Gunther saying that the brutality of the Hardcore Championship, the desecration of this sacred ring, no longer shall it stand. Gunther saying that the Hardcore Championship has been tarnishing the name of professional wrestling for far too long, and it's time for it to change. Gunther says he will not represent a championship like that. So he says that the Hardcore Championship is dead, and instead he promises to bring in a new age of wrestling, a new age of paying tribute to this mat and this ring that is so sacred, a new age of European wrestling. For 56, we move. Hardcore's all vacant. Gunther bringing in the European Championship. I racked my mind for what championship Gunther brings in. The European was the best option in the end, and it makes sense, Gunther. So, yeah, Gunther, European Champion, 56. Nice. We cut to another segment at Chase University, and it's a celebration. They're partying. Andre Chase leading things, Edris celebrating, Malik Blade, Thea Hale, Bodie Hayward, all having a great time. Andre Chase says, let's have a toast. A toast to SummerSlam. A toast to victory for Chase University and yourself. A toast to... I just hear a voice pop up. My baby! Apparently I completely forgot a segment when I was writing down the order of this, so that's on me. A little preview of what's to come, I guess. Drew McIntyre comes out, new Intercontinental Champion. He's pissed. He says that he pinned Montez Ford, sure, but he wants Sheamus. Sheamus put on the shelf, so get out here right now. Comes out, McIntyre should challenge. I'll give you a shot for this Intercontinental Championship. Hardcore match. I want to beat the piss out of you. Sheamus says, oh, go on then, mate. 95. Good. Oh my god. 95. McIntyre versus Sheamus. Hard-hitting affairs, just two big blokes trying to beat the hell out of each other. In the end, Claymore. McIntyre picks up the win for 78. Good match. 79 McIntyre, 69 Sheamus. Lovely. And then it is Chase U. Yeah, a toast to my baby. R-Truth. There, Andre Chase asking, what the hell are you doing here? And R-Truth saying, I came for the party. The party for me? The party for my baby? My baby back, yeah? 32 and R-Truth saying, no, this is a Chase U official celebration for Edris and Arfe's victory over Apollo Crews at SummerSlam. And R-Truth saying, my bad. My bad, gang. My bad. For 32. Nice. Oh, R-Truth. He's got his baby back. That's all that matters, really. He's got his baby back, everybody. Then comes to the ring the Kingpin, Io Sky, the new Women's World Champion, storming out, title in hand. On top, again, Io. Io saying that she has her title back. That she is on top again. When she's interrupted by Toxic Attraction. Mandy Rose with the Money in the Bank briefcase. Gigi Dolan and Jacy Jane with the Women's Tag Team Championships. And Mandy Rose coming out and saying that, oh, Io, congratulations. You got your championship back. I hope that you, don't have to vacate it again because of your outside activities, shall we say. But no, congratulations, Io. That's good for you. You've got your gold. Toxic Attraction, we have ours. Gigi and JC holding up their women's tag titles. Manuel saying, and I have this, holding up her briefcase and saying, and this means that I can take that whenever I want. Now, right now, I'm focused, okay? Because obviously there are no better candidates to lead Raw's women's team at bragging rights than, well, Toxic Attraction. But just so you know, Kingpin, that I can take that anytime I want. And Io saying, just slapping the mic up Mandy's Rose and saying, no more talk. I fight you, or I fight you, or I fight you. Pointing to all three members of Toxic Attraction. Io throwing the mic out the ring, putting her title down, ready for a fight for a 69. JC is the one who steps in here for this match. Io Sky versus JC Jane, and Io Sky does pick up the win with the moonsault for a 77. Good match. 86 Io, 48 JC. Happy with that. Io Sky does pick up the win over one half of the women's tag champs here. Lovely. Then we go backstage and we go to the locker room. We have Randy Orton and Chad Gable talking. You know, Chad Gable checking on Orton, asking about earlier Triple H's offer. What does he think of it? And Orton is saying that he's about to say something when storms in a very angry Angel Garza. Angel Garza says at SummerSlam, I beat Robert Roode just like I said I would. And so I'm ready to take my half of the Raw Tag titles back, but you lost it, didn't you? And Chad Gable, not happy with his anger, saying that, hey, Cole and Balor are former world champions, okay? We can't all have it easy against Robert Roode, okay? And Angel and Chad Gable getting in each other's faces here, and Randy Orton separating them and saying that, hey, we can get those Raw Tag Team Championships back, but right now, we all have much bigger issues to deal with. For 100. Nice. Randy Orton trying to calm things down between Gable and Garza here for that 100. Nice. Before we head to the main event, it is the WWE Champion Kevin Owens versus Matt Riddle. It was Matt Riddle's knee to the face of Kevin Owens that led to Pete Dunne's win and led to the disqualification of Pete Dunne and his loss at SummerSlam. Now Owens and Riddle going head to head, 1-on-1 here in the main event. Both men putting on a good match, as you'd expect. They're both very good in ring, aren't they? No one at ringside, just Owens and Riddle going at it 1-on-1. And in the end, it is Owens who picks up the win. A stunner to Riddle is what does it in the end. 95 for the match is a good match. 96 Riddle, 94 Owens, both men doing really, really well. But yeah, Kevin Owens picks up the win for a 95. Gets his title, gets his arm raised. He's the best. When from behind, BFT. LA Knight ran in through the crowd, the NXT champion hitting the BFT to Kevin Owens, laying him out. LA Knight standing tall and laughing. Bourbon and Torres sliding in behind him. The Golden Gods standing over the WWE champion. Cole and Balor rushing down to the ring, but the Golden Gods quickly, slide out, get out of the ring, and go through the crowd. Cole and Balor in the ring, Owens on the mat. LA Knight, Bourbon and Torres all laughing as they raise their titles for 100. Good. Nice endings to the show. Good main event, good post. All you can ask for. Already starting the battle for brand supremacy here. Already building a little bit of tension. As this episode of Raw gets us a 96. Good episode. Increased top of 3 regions. Can't ask for more, really. Very happy with that. Fallout from SummerSlam, but also straight into building towards bragging rights, which is good. Happy. And let's continue that. Let's continue looking at the fallout from SummerSlam and continue building towards bragging rights. Next up with another edition of NXT. And NXT gets underway with the Golden Guards coming out to the ring. LA Knight, Bourbon, and Torres. NXT and Cruiserweight Champions, and LA Knight gets on the mic and he says, "Let me talk to you. SummerSlam. Well, SummerSlam's come and gone, and SummerSlam ended just as we said it would. LA Knight's still the NXT champion. Spanish Fly still the Cruiserweight Tag Team champions. The Golden Guards still draped in gold. How else was it going to finish, huh? And coming out of SummerSlam, our attention immediately turns to the next thing and what is next. But bragging rights. And now you see, I fully intend on getting bragging rights. I'm the head of the NXT, the Golden God, LA Knight, the head of the black and gold. Who else could be? And I fully intend on picking up the bragging rights myself. And so I just wanted to go and send a little early message. Now I must know, Kevin Owens, you fat piece of shit. And Cole and Balor, you little bitches. Well, I must know y'all must be mad. Must be very mad, LA Knight and the Golden Gods. Because we made you look like exactly what you are, a bunch of punk-ass bitches. Well, guess what? You better get used to it. Because come bragging rights, the Spanish Fly, I gotta put down Cole and Balor. And I got one more blunt force drama with your name on it, Kevin Owens. And I will happily smash your thick skull into the mat. I have the ref count 1, 2, 3 and raise my arm. Because I'm coming out on top now. You want your hands on us, I'm sure. And don't worry, we'll be back next week on Monday nights for the world to see, giving the fans what they want. So if you want to go, we can go. And hey, I'm giving so much love to Kevin Owens here. Don't think I forgot about you, Mr. Head of the Table. Roman Reigns. It's funny. Head of the table. I don't know how you can sit at the table like that with your head so far up your own ass, but there you are. Well, guess what, Roman? You're on my mind too. I'll happily put you down as well, don't you worry about that. LA Knight's got plenty of love to throw around before he comes out on top of bragging rights. When he's interrupted by Isaiah Swerve Scott, the North American champion, coming down. All three male champions on NXT in the ring here. And Swerve saying to LA Knight that he is the NXT champion. And guess what? Swerve is the NXT North American champion. And the bragging rights, Swerve says he fully intends on getting the bragging rights himself against McIntyre and Breeze. And then next month in October, we got Halloween Havoc. But then guess what night? November. Survivor Series. 2 months away. And I promise you, LA, if you still got that gold, then I'll still have mine. And then I'll be fully ready to prove to everyone once and for all that unquestionably and undeniably NXT is Swerve's house when I take that championship. LA Knight saying, kid, if you want to give up that gold to get your ass beat by LA Knight, then go right ahead, but trust me, hey, I don't imagine you'll get it back anytime soon. Hey, Socrates, weren't you saying about getting some more gold over your shoulders, huh? Socrates laughing and Swerve saying, hey, he wants to go, we can go right now, huh? Oh, or would you prefer to go for this title once I give it up, huh? You scared of me, huh? And Socrates saying, I'm not fucking scared. So match later, Torres versus Scott, 1-on-1, 100. Really good opening promo. It got away with me a bit in there, if you couldn't tell, but we moved. Good start to the show. Then we have Dakota Kai goes to the women's locker room, NXT Women's Champion. And she says to Roxanne Perez, that's just to Jay Cargill, that, hey, you both did really well. I know you're young, you might feel down about it, but trust me, you did great. Okay? And NXT coming up. William Regal, I spoke to him. We both agreed you've more than proved yourself, you've more than earned your spot in Team NXT. Jade and Roxanne happy about that. Candice Core also then Mickey walking in and saying, what about me? I assume I'll be captain. Last year Regal screwed me out of it, but I assume I'll be captain this year. And the guy saying, we did talk about you actually. We talked about all of you. And everyone will have a chance to earn their spot. And Mickey saying they didn't have to. And Dakota saying they more than did, but I already preempted this, Mickey. And so later tonight, it's going to be a triple threat match. Jade Cargill, Roxanne Perez, Mickey James. Whoever wins will be the captain of Team NXT. And whoever loses will be out. So Mickey, you want to be captain, just win. 67, good. Just a nice little promo. Set up a match later. Nice. Then we have Anthony Ogogo one-on-one with Maverick Corbin. Tag match at SummerSlam. Ogogo and KSI versus Corbin and Logan Paul. Ogogo and KSI came out on top. Now Ogogo and Corbin just going one-on-one here. And Ogogo picks up another victory. Big right hook. Takes Corbin down. 1, 2, 3. 78. Good match. 70 Corbin. 66 Ogogo. Ogogo's developing nicely, isn't he? Doing well, mate. As then, my God, right, let's do it. Okay. I can't do the maximum male models because LA Knight is LA Knight and Knox Max Dupree, and I can't exactly repackage him right now, can I? So I want to do something like the maximum male models. So I hope you're ready for this. Hello, everybody. My name is Trick Williams, and I am the owner, founder, and head proprietor of the newest and hottest modeling agency around, Trick Williams Big Booty Baddies. That's right. I'll say that again for you one more time. Trick Williams Big Booty Baddies. Now, if you're sat at home right now and you think you got what it takes, you think you got the grit, you think you got the determination, and most importantly of all, you know that you got that junk in the trunk that just keeps on jiggling like tricky likey, then what I want you to do is get on your phone and I want you to dial up for me. Take this number down. 1-800 I'm juicy. That's right, babies. Now, I just want you to dial up right now. 1-800 I'm juicy. Yeah. I look forward to taking your calls, darlings. For 35, Jesus Christ. God. 35. Decent little promo from Trick. Decent. Nice. Oh, God. Oof. Okay, 35. Nice. The newest, hardest modeling agency around, everybody. Trick Williams Big Booty Baddies looking for recruits. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Okay. Gotta get my head back on now. We go to William Regal's office, and the Diamond Mine are in there. Roderick Strong, Malcolm Bivens, Taz, Creed Brothers. And Roderick Strong's, happy. Malcolm Bivens talking, saying that Mr. Regal, we just came to talk over NXT's men's team of Survivor Series because I can only presume that the Cruiserweight champion, Roderick Strong, is the man who's going to be leading NXT to glory in that 5v5. And William Regal saying, well, you'd assume wrong then, sunshine. Mr. Strong, just like everyone else, is going to have to prove themselves and earn their spot. And Malcolm is saying, this is unacceptable. He slams the desk and he looks up and he leans over at Regal. And then you see his eyes move to the right as Ridge Holland steps forward, arms crossed. And then Malcolm Bivens smiles at Ridge, moves everything back into position on the desk, and then stands up and said, actually, I think that's a wonderful idea, Mr. Roderick, he always talks about wanting to prove himself. Sounds great, Mr. Regal. Who'd you have in mind? And Regal saying, well, come in. Here he is now. In walks Rey Mysterio. And Roderick Strong stands up, and him and Ray go face to face. 67. Nice. Roderick Strong versus Rey Mysterio later tonight for a spot on Team NXT. Nice. Malcolm Bivens did not come out of this looking good. Because of the anger, Oh, Malcolm. Build you up, mate. Build you up. Then next up, we have the three-way we announced earlier. Jade Cargill, Mickie James, Roxanne Perez. The winner will be captain of Team NXT's women's team. And whoever is pinned will not be in the team. Full stop. In the end, it is Jade Cargill pinning Mickie James. 52 for the match, 49 Jade, 47 Roxanne, 44 Mickie. Decent little match. Jade Cargill gets the pin. Jade Cargill earns her spot as the captain of Team NXT, and Roxanne Perez also in Team NXT. Good. Nice. Another decent little match. Okay. Speaking of little men, then we go backstage to Dominic Mysterio and Rey Mysterio. And Dominic's not happy, How can you focus on Team NXT and bragging rights? We didn't get the bragging rights. We lost at SummerSlam. We didn't get our tag titles back, Dad. Come on. And Rey's saying, son, calm down, okay? It's not always about titles, okay? I've seen people get too obsessed with titles. I've seen what it's done to people. Like your Uncle Dave. I've seen what it does to people. You can't focus on that. Right now, we focus on bragging rights, okay? We get the win, and then we can focus on championships after that, okay? Now I got a match to get to for 76. Nice. Okay. Ray Dom is next up in the night. I got one segment for that. We got to a beautiful Italian restaurant. We got some nice meatballs, beautiful spaghetti. You'd love it. Everyone's there. It's a massive table. I can't even fit them all on the screen. And Tony and Santino, they're arguing. Tony's saying Santino's unhappy, you know. SummerSlam. I lose my championship, huh? This is awful. And Tony saying, you know, Santino, Mr. Morella, calm down. It's all gonna be okay. Don't worry. Big Tony's got a plan. I got this. And Santino saying, shut up, yeah. Huh? It's always, I have a plan. Where are your plans I got you so far, huh? No for American Championship for Santino, huh? No for 24/7 Championship for Santino, huh? You don't even marry my daughter, huh? And you come to me, talking about the plan, huh? No. Come on, we're leaving. Come on. And Santino standing up. Ariana, a bit shyly standing up. Vladimir Kozlov standing up. Otis still stuffing his face with meatballs. Harlan stands up and blocks the exit for Santino. Kozlov steps forward, and you get, of course, this kind of iconic visual of Harlan and Vladimir Kozlov going face to face. And Tony saying, Harlan, relax, okay? Let him go. Mr. Morella, we'll sort it all out. I promise. I got a plan. Don't worry. For a 59 as Santino storms off with Ariana and Kozlov in pursuit. 59, nice little segment there. We do have Ray versus Roderick Strong neck. Rey Mysterio, legend. Roderick Strong, Cruiserweight champion. 1-on-1, a spot on NXT's men's team up for grabs. Who will get it? In the end, Ray manages to roll Roddy up and pick up the win for an 81. Decent match. 81 Roderick, 77 Ray, both doing alright. Rey Mysterio gets a big win. Roddy can't believe it. Malcolm Bivens can't believe it. But Ray does pick up a win and earn his spot on NXT's men's team at bragging rights. Lovely. Then we cut to a celebration for Destined for Greatness. They're in the mood. Anthony goes a bit sweaty after his match last night, but he's there. He walks in. Hayes hands him a champagne flute. You know, Jade's there. Not on screen. I forgot to add her, but he hands her a champagne flute as well. Everyone's there. And Carla Hayes says, as for we should have a toast to Destined for Greatness. A group of 5 individuals right now, whatever the hell Trick's doing, who, well, dominated SummerSlam. Me and Eli kicked Tony's ass. Anthony, you kicked Logan Paul and Corbin's ass. And Jade, might not won the NXT Women's Championship, but you're gonna. And you did earn your spot as captain of Team NXT. So a toast to Destined for Greatness. The group whose future's so bright, we gotta wear sunglasses. They all clink. Cheers, 71. Beautiful. Destined for Greatness. Doing very well for themselves in a minute, aren't they? Before it's main event time, the NXT North American champion Isaiah Swerve Scott versus one half of the Cruiserweight Tag Team champions Socrates Torres. Both men are on really good form, so hopefully this will do well. Both men going at it. This is a good match. Fast-paced, fast action. Both men wanting to put on a performance, show what they can do, especially heading into bragging rights. Want to keep that momentum going. In the end, it is Isaiah Swerve Scott who hits a swerve stomp onto Socrates Torres to pick up the win for a 90. It is a really good match. Both men put on 87. Like I said, they're both doing really well. Put on a really good show here, Swerve and Torres. Very happy with that 90. Lovely. Swerve comes out on top, raises the NXT North American Championship in the air, gets the win. But look, everybody, it's Tyler Breeze comes out, the United States champion. You know, the crowd chant welcome back as he comes down to the ring, and Breeze and Swerve go face to face, North American champion and US champion, and they both just staring at each other as they hold their titles. They grab them and they both raise them in the air when out comes the Intercontinental Champion Drew McIntyre. And McIntyre storms down to the ring and he gets in it, and they both got their titles back over their shoulders, and Drew, sword in one hand, title in the other, raises them both in the air for a 98. Good main event, nice ending. These three men will face the bragging rights: Intercontinental Champion McIntyre, US Champion Breeze, North American Champion Swerve. That'll be a triple threat. It should be really, really good as well. Fingers crossed. And just a little confrontation here to get things going. Nice. 98, really good. As this episode of NXT, looking at the fallout from SummerSlam and beginning that build up to bragging rights, gets us a 92. Really good rating. The opening segment and the closing stuff really carried that to that 92. Everything else in the middles did okay. I'm happy enough with it, 35, I'm sure we'd all agree that the best segment was Trick Williams' big booty baddies. As NXT comes to a close, though. For now, at least. As we move on to end this episode, of course, as always, with a new edition, looking at the fallout from SummerSlam, and once again, the build-up towards bragging rights, another episode of Smackdown. And Smackdown gets underway with our new Women's Universal Champion, Becky Lynch, coming out to the ring. Many cheers, you deserve it. Crowd loving it, Lynch loving it. And saying, you know what? I do deserve this. I do. And so do all of you. You deserve a champion. Like me. A fighting champion. Who wasn't just handed everything from the minute she got in the door. Who fought and who earned it every single day. Because I am the man. I earned that title. And I earned this championship. And Ronnie, you put up a good fight. But you know what happened? Exactly what I said was going to happen back in 2019 before WrestleMania 35, where I kicked your ass. Exactly what I said would happen right now in 2022 before I went to SummerSlam and kicked your ass. And now here I am, the man, Becky Lynch, Women's Universal Champion. She raises it in the air. And then she says that she's not going to rest on her laurels. Saying that bragging rights is coming up now. And last year, I entered bragging rights as a women's champion as well. NXT Women's Champion. I went to bragging rights as NXT Women's Champion. And now I go to bragging rights as the Women's Universal Champion. And I just want you all to know that I plan on winning again at bragging rights and proving that the man is the champ around here. So, Io Sky, Dakota Kai, it doesn't matter what you want to try. It doesn't matter what you do. Because at bragging rights, the same fate that awaited Ronnie awaits you. And that's one of you tapping out and Becky Lynch on top. For 100, just a nice little primer for Becky. Women's Universal Champion to kick off things here. A little warning for Sky and Kai as well. Help lead into that. Lovely. Good start. As then, next up, we go backstage to Tyler Breeze, the United States Champion, in the locker room. And in walks Adam Pearce. And Breeze asks why he can help him with anything. And Pearce informs Breeze that heading into bragging rights, management is so busy with everything else going on, Raw, NXT, and SmackDown a lot, and so they have instructed him to act as the acting general manager here on Friday Night SmackDown into a suitable full-time candidate can be found. And Breeze saying, welcome to the madhouse. And when Wood storms in, he's pissed, and he demands, he says, nay, I demand a rematch for my United States Championship. And Pierce tells him to calm down, saying it doesn't work like that. And Tyler Breeze saying, Pierce, you know what? Give it to him. No, because I will happily kick his ass again for an 83. So later tonight, United States Championship rematch, Tyler Breeze, Xavier Woods. Okay, good. Good start to the show so far. Tag team action is next up, and it is Aleister Black and Tommaso Ciampa of Judgment Day. Edge at ringside, taking on Leo Rush and Leon Ruff. Just a little match for Black and Ciampa to kind of showcase themselves. They pick up the win, of course. 81, decent. Black pins Rush with the Black Mass. Rush goes for a high-flying move and he just gets Black Mass out the air. 95 Ciampa, 90 Black, 64 Rush, 44 Rough. Yeah, we take the 81 there. Black and Ciampa get the win. After the match, Edge in the ring with the mic, and he says that Judgment Day has well and truly arrived. He says that this time last year, he was wondering what was next for him. He had lost his WWE Championship. He didn't know where to go. And yet here he stands a year later, fully understanding his purpose, fully understanding what is next for him. And Edge says that the Judgment Day and the judgment that we will dole out awaits for everyone else here. Because we are the judges, we are the jury, and we are the executioners. For 100. Good promo. Good promo from Edge there, as you'd expect. All three men doing pretty well. Then next up, we go backstage. Aaliyah and Liv Morgan are talking. You know, Aaliyah's a bit down, but Liv Morgan's saying, hey, we didn't win the women's tag title, but we came this close. If Gigi didn't steal it from us, we would be women's tag champs right now, okay? And so we can just continue going, continue building on this, and we can get those titles, okay? This isn't the end, Aaliyah. This is just the start, okay? Aaliyah getting cheered up a bit. And Lacey Evans walking in and laughing, saying that, you know, it's all good saying this and that, honeys, but you lost, and that's all that matters in the end. And Liv Morgan telling her to shut her pampered little mouth, and Lacey Evans taking exception to that. So later on, Liv Morgan versus Lacey Evans, 80 for that though. Very good. Liv Morgan especially is improving very, very nicely. Before next up, it is Tyler Breeze versus Xavier Woods for the United States Championship. Just a little rematch. And Tyler Breeze comes out on top with the Unprettier. 79, decent match. 77 Breeze, 73 Woods. Good enough. Happy with that. Breeze does get the victory here over Woods once again. Then we go backstage to the women's locker room, and Pierce walks in with an announcement, and he informs the women that tonight, in the main event, it will be a fatal 4-way match. It will be Bianca Belair versus Charlotte Flair versus Paige versus Rhea Ripley, the $1 Million Champion. And the winner of that match will be the captain of SmackDown's women's team at Bragging Rights for 100. Big announcement from Pierce. Hopefully a good fatal 4-way main event. Fingers crossed. For next up, we have Lacey Evans versus Liv Morgan. Obviously, Liv Morgan picks up the win with the Liv kick for 77. 71 Morgan, 55 Evans. Yeah, decent. Happy enough with that. Didn't expect much. 77 is actually really, really good for that. 71 and 55 to 77. Happy with that. Good. Before it's time for us to visit the Firefly Funhouse. And Bray Wyatt in a jovial mood and saying, kids, we have 2 special new guests here in the Funhouse. Oh. And then he pulls out the Smackdown tag titles. And he says, wow, kids, ain't they purty? Look at these babies, huh? And hey, I thought we could have a little party celebration for our new guests here at the Funhouse. So I invited a good friend of mine over. And you hear the knocking, and Bray turns and he says, oh, it looks like he's here now. And he opens the door, and it's Cool Kid Kevin. And Cool Kid Kevin walk in and saying, sup, Bray? And Bray saying, Kevin, you're here. Come on, let's celebrate the party. I'm sure that... And then he turns around, and then Scarlett's the witch is there. And Bray says, there she is. The whole gang's here now. And they're all just side by side, you know. Bray and Scarlett smiling, and Cool Kid Kevin doing Cool Kid Kevin stuff. And then they'll just stop and look directly into the camera. And Bray says, this is the start. He's out now. He's got a taste. And he wants more. Well, it's time for the party, so we're gonna go. But have fun, kids. Bye. For 100. Nice. Yeah, good match. Not match. Good promo. 5-5 Funhouse. Good. Nice. For its main event time, Fatal 4-Way, Belair, Flair, Paige, Ripley. The winner will be captaining SmackDown's women's team at Bragging Rights. Fatal 4-Way, good match. All 4 women put in their all into it. They're all very good, so it would be good, wouldn't it? In the end, Charlotte hitting natural selection onto Bianca, but then turning around into Paige, who hits the Rampage and gets the win for an 82. Good match. 77 Flair, 75 Ripley, 74 Belair, 62 Paige. Paige off her game, sadly, but we move. Decent enough little match. Decent enough main event, 82. We take that. Paige getting the win. Paige following up her big win at SummerSlam in her return match against Perozzo, with a big win here as well, pinning Charlotte Flair and earning her the spot as captain of the women's team at Bragging Rights. Yeah, 82. Happy with that. After the match, Charlotte is pissed. She lost at SummerSlam. She's lost here. Not having a fun time, Charlotte Flair. Just walking away, but Belair and Ripley stay. And those two and Paige, they show respect to each other. Shaking hands. All good. All nice. Yeah. Good. Show moving nicely, I say. We just had the main event. It's moving very well. It's time for the final segments of the night, though. As out comes your new Universal Heavyweight Champion, Roman Reigns. And he marches out. Paul Heyman by his side. God, let me get the order right here. Roman Reigns in the middle. Paul Heyman by his side. Bron Breakker on the other side. Solo Sikoa next to Bron Breakker. Jey Uso next to Solo Sikoa. And next to Paul Heyman are the Von Erichs. There you go. They march down to the ring. Roman getting in, Universal Championship over his shoulder now, and he gets the mic. And he says that, well, look what we have here. The Tribal Chief, the head of the table, the Universal Champion. Just like I told y'all. I told y'all what would happen. Keith Lee, Brock Lesnar, I told y'all what would happen. And now I heard a lot of questions. I heard a lot of people wondering about what happened. About SummerSlam. So allow me to fully explain to you all. Now you see, the wise man here, Paul Heyman, he came to the Tribal Chief. He came on bended knee, and he said, "My Tribal Chief, I'm sorry. I aligned with the enemy. I chose the wrong side. But you know what, my Tribal Chief? I acknowledge you, and I want to be on the winning side." And I said, "Wise man, you can come to the winning side." And then I said, "But wise man, I have a mission for you." Because I said that clearly my bloodline ain't strong enough. I said my bloodline had Jimmy Uso. It had Jacob Fatu. My bloodline had weakness. And it made me realize maybe it's not my bloodline that's strong. Maybe it's me. And I realized maybe that of the great bloodline I come from, only one diamond could truly come for it. And so I said, "Wise man, I want you to go out. I want you to travel the earth. I want you to go to every wrestling bloodline there is. The best of the best. And I want you to find me that diamond, wise man. I want you to find me that diamond. I want you to bring it to me." And so the wise man said, "Yes, my Tribal Chief. Yes, my Tribal Chief." And he went. And he brought me the Von Erichs. Of the Von Erich bloodline. And he brought me Bron Breakker. Of the Steiner bloodline. And you see, my search will continue, but right now, standing here before you, this is it. Maybe to say my bloodline, but this is my Roman Empire, and I trust in me that my Roman Empire, just like my Universal Championship reign, that's gonna go forever. But now you see, past SummerSlam, hitting the bragging rights, And bragging rights last year, the Tribal Chief, don't forget. How many matches did Smackdown win? None. 0. And how many matches did the Tribal Chief fight in? None. 0. You see, management wanted to leave the Tribal Chief out. And they've suffered for it. They were punished for it. But now the Tribal Chief's at the top of that card. The Tribal Chief, the head of the table, is leading this brand, leading this show. And I promise you, we're going to go from none to 1. And that's 1 with a W, because we are winning. Because the Tribal Chief ain't letting losers on his show. And now you see I got my match of bragging rights. Kevin Owens and LA Knight. And LA Knight especially, I hear you running your mouth. And you said you got a warning for me. Well, guess what? I got one for you too. And I know y'all back there, trust me. I got eyes everywhere. So why don't you come out right now? For 100. Takes a second, but the Golden Gods music does hit. LA Knight, Bourbon, and Torres all coming out. Making their way down the ramp. Bron Breakker exiting the ring. And just standing at the bottom of the ramp, you know, snarling. LA Knight, the Golden Gods, stopping in front of him. Roman Reigns laughing and telling Bron to let him in. And Knight, Bourbon, and Torres all coming into the ring. Bron standing back by Roman's side. LA Knight gets a mic and he says, "Let me talk to..." Then his mic gets cut off. He's tapping it, it's not working. And Roman Reigns says, "No, no, no. Let me talk to you." Now you see, you're running your mouth. Saying you're going to beat the Tribal Chief. Now, LA, I hear you call yourself the Golden God. And that's funny to me. That's funny to me. And I'll let you run around in my company, in my business, calling yourself that ridiculous name. But guess what, LA? You're not a god. The only god around here sits at the head of the table. Because I'm on god mode now. I'm Universal Champion. You beat John Cena and you call it an accomplishment. I beat John Cena, I call that another Friday night. You, LA, you're not on my level. You ain't ever gonna be on the Tribal Chief's level because no one gets to this level. I'm on a different level now. I am greatness on a different stratosphere. So you can run your mouth, you can call yourself a golden god all you want. But just know that you do that and my kindness. Because any moment I want, LA, I could smash you, I could stack you, and I could pin you. Hell, I could smash, stack, and pin all 3 of you dumbasses. But I'll wait because I'm a good man. I am a kind Tribal Chief to my subjects. And like it or not, Black and Gold or Friday nights, you are my subject. You sit at my table. And so I'll wait. I'll wait to bragging rights, but just know, LA, I'm watching. I'm always watching. And every time you run your mouth, every time my name exits it, it makes me feel a bit more angry. It gets me a bit more riled up. And promise is a promise. And I promise you that come bragging rights, the last thing you want to be standing across the ring from is a pissed off, riled up Tribal Chief. Because if you face a pissed off and riled up Tribal Chief, then hell, you might not walk out of bragging rights. I mean, hell, go watch SummerSlam. Go watch the last time I was in a triple threat match. Go see Keith Lee. Go see Brock Lesnar. Whatever local medical facility they're locked up in. I'll happily make you join them. And so now, LA, now, you leave the Tribal Chief's ring. You go back to the Black and Gold, holding that championship over your shoulder that you call a world title, that championship that doesn't mean a damn thing to me, that championship that means so little. I don't even care if it's in my cabinet. Run back to your black and gold. Keep my name out of your mouth. And I'll see you at bragging rights. Roman Reigns music hits. And Spanish fly just standing there, kind of like, how would I equate them? False confidence inside, school children being told off by the principal. And all three do make their way out of the ring. LA Knight trying to keep his eyes locked on Roman Reigns, not show fear, any of that. And they do leave as Roman Reigns raises the Universal Championship for 100. Really good final segment. Just keep on building to this triple threat. It's a big triple threat. I do notice the problem with it has been pointed out to me. They are all heels. Kevin Owens, LA Knight, Roman Reigns. But I think in this scenario it's okay. I think the fans, IRL, they would cheer for different people. You'd have some people cheering for Kevin Owens because it's Kevin Owens. LA Knight, I think a lot of people like LA Knight. He's very cool. A lot of people will cheer for him. It also partly depends, I think, on what brand you're supporting, Raw, NXT, or Smackdown. Roman Reigns, of course, Tribal Chief. A lot of people love that, cheer for him. So I think, despite them all being heels, I think there'll be very clear sides from the fans, and I think it would work. So 100 for that. Overall, this episode of Smackdown gets a 91. Really good episode, I think. Fallout from SummerSlam, of course. Building bragging rights already. Good start with Becky Lynch. Good end with Roman Reigns. I'm very happy. And that is it for today. Really hope you've enjoyed. Good show, I think. I hope you did too. What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. What are you looking forward to in this next half of a season towards WrestleMania? Let me know in the comments again. Heading to bragging rights now. And then beyond. I am excited. I am excited because there's stuff coming up that I've planned for a long time. So, can't wait to get there. That is it though. So, leave a comment like I said. Subscribe if you have enjoyed and you are enjoying. You want to see what happens next. So, if you do, subscribe so you see when the episode drops. Leave a like if you have enjoyed again. And as always, I just want to say a very special thank you for watching.